Hi, in this lecture, let's solve few statics problems of engineering mechanics subject. So coming to question number 1, a grassy parcel of land shaped like a rhombus has adjacent sides measuring 50 meter and 120 meter with 65 degrees included angle. So let's draw this. He said rhombus like structure, not exactly rhombus. So something grassy patch will be something like that. Now this is 120. Adjacent sides he had already mentioned that it is 120. This side is 50. This total side, right? This is 50 and same way it is 120. Sorry, it is 120. Now he also says the included angle between these two adjacent sides is 65 degree, which is less than 90, that means acute angle. In four-sided polygon, it is obvious that when one corner has acute angle, opposite corner will also have acute angle. So these two are the acute corners. Now he says a small straight creek runs between the opposite acute corners. So these two are opposite acute corners, and joining these two there runs a small creek or water body. Joining these two means a straight line. Now observe here, this total is 65 degrees. Let the total angle be theta, and now theta is 65 degrees. Now due to this creek, this particular part, this angle is alpha, and alpha will be due this, since this creek is joining opposite two corners of this rhombus like structure, that means it will be bisecting this angle, that is theta by 2. Now further he says a goat is humanly tied to the bank of the creek at one of the acute corners. Either this corner or this corner, whatever, whichever one you can take. Opposite angles anyway will be equal for rhombus like structure. So acute corners, one of the acute corners, he is tying a goat with a rope which is of radius 40 meter. Rope radius length is 40 meter. That means, say for example, we are tying it here of length 40 meter, up to here. Say for example, this is 40 meters. So with this rope he has tied the goat. Now he is asking, without crossing this creek, this straight line, most nearly on what area of grass can the goat graze? So we know the basic thing that when some object is tied using a rope to some center, this is a fixed point, maximum area that this can cover is this circle with this as radius r, this rope length as radius r. This circle will be the area which can be covered by this particular object. So similarly, this goat, maximum area that this goat can graze is this circular sector. Since it should not cross this line, it can go up to here only. So this is the area which grass can be grazed by this goat. Now we need to find this area of this sector. So area of a sector is given by A equal to, say for example, total angle covered by this sector about the center. Since this is the center, about this center total angle covered is alpha, then area will be alpha by 2 times of r square. Now how this has come, those who have good idea of geometry, they can know it very well at first hand, but those who are a bit confused, let us say for example, this is the circle, this is the center, this is the radius. Now when this radius makes one complete rotation, that means covers 2 pi angle, complete 2 pi angle, then area we are calling it as pi r square. That means this can be written as half of 2 pi into r square. Similarly, when this is radius r is, instead of making complete rotation, it is making a part of rotation which is covering only alpha angle, then half of that angle into r square. Similar way, likes and likes, similar way. So in that way, when we do, we have A equal alpha by 2 into r square. Alpha by 2 means alpha itself is 65 by 2. Now many will do a blunder here, that they will use this angle in degrees directly. They will say 65 by 2 into 40 square. Now there is a problem. It will give you something like 26,000 square meters, which is wrong. Why? Because this is in degrees, and degrees is not of real nature. We need, when we are using everything in real form, we need to use this degrees also into real form. That means we have to convert it, and radians is the right thing here. So we have to convert this degrees into radians. That means 65 by 180 into pi. This total by 2 and here by 2, total divided by 4 into 40 square. Now what we get from this, 453.8 meter square, which is very near to, in the given options it is very near to first option, that is 450 square meter. So this is how we need to solve a given question of such nature. Now coming to the next question. In the question 2, he says the entrance of a freeway to a city passes under a decorative parabolic arch with a 28 meter base and 200 meter height. So let us draw it first. So he says there is a parabolic arch actually, whose height, say it is A, that A is 200 meters, and there is base, its base is B equal to, okay, it is B, and this B is equal to 28 meters. Now what is saying, a famous illusionist. So this is the gateway. Anyone who wants to enter a city, the other side should enter through this arch. So this arch, so it is of parallels. There will be some reinforcements as well. So reinforcements as well. So since this is an arch, some design will be there. So everything, whatever it is. So through this a person has to pass. Some person should walk through this so that he can enter the city other side. And a famous illusionist contacts the city with a plan to make the city disappear from behind a curtain draped down from the arch. What he means is, the illusionists, what does the illusionists do? They make you see something which exactly, really doesn't exist. So actually here city do exist. It is something opposite which we cannot imagine, that illusionists try to show us. Now this particular illusionist says he can make the city, look as if the city disappeared with the help of a curtain which is draped from this arch. Now say he says if the drape spans the entire width and height of the opening, that means if this drape with the use, this is a curtain, say for example this is a curtain I am drawing with the lines, it is covering the entire span of this arch, whatever it is, this entire span complete with it may be some special curtain or cloth or whatever it is. By using that curtain draped with to this arch, this parabolic arch, one who tries to see the city from this side, he won't be able to see. But city city really exists to that side of the arch, but whoever stands on this side of the arch, our side, he won't be able to see due to the interference of this curtain. Now he is asking in the question, if the drape spans the entire width and height, that means this total from this part to this part, height and this total width, everything is covered with the curtain, and it's if seams and reinforcements, because this arch is made of some seams and reinforcements, so when we are draping the curtain to that, we have to use some additional part of the material or curtain. So that additional requirement is 15%. Now most nearly how much drapery fabric will be needed? So what is the exact area of the curtain we need when it needs to cover the total area of this parabolic arch, as well as should be sufficient to be draped into this reinforcement and seams. Now when there is a parabola, say this is a rectangle and there is a parabola, this is not correct, let us say this is a rectangle, just for imagination purpose, and with these two corners as initial points, say for example there is a parabola with this as an upper edge as a tangent, there is a parabola, it is not exact but just assume this is a parabola with these two as starting points and this is this. Now this area, say for example this is total is B and this height is A, then area of this parabola will be 2/3 of the area of the rectangle, that is 2/3 AB. Now similarly area of this parabolic arch will be, since this AB height is A and width is B, then area of this particular parabola, rectangle that encloses this parabola will have area of A into B. But we don't want that thing, we want the area of this parabola only, that means 2/3 of that area. This is our required area. So this is the area of the curtain we require only when it is for the parabola area, but what it is, there is 15% extra. So we have to add 15% extra, that means 0.15 of the total thing. That means plus 15% of this area of parabola, that is 2/3 AB again. So which can be written as, this 15% can be written as 0.15, that means total will be 1.15 times 2/3 of AB. A is 200 and B is 28. Now when you do the calculations, this is in meters, this is in meters. So everything when you do, the answer what we get is nearly somewhere 4200 something. Say the exact calculation, it will be 4293 point something, these many square meters, including the extra material we require. So this is nearest, the nearest one among the options is 4300. So that will be the answer for the question. So coming to the next one, question number 3. So there he says the center of a circle with a radius of 7 cm is located at x comma y 3 cm comma 4 cm. Say this is x and y axis. Now it says, let's say this is 3 and this is 4. This is 3 comma 4. Then he says this is 3, this is 4. Now he says of radius 7 cm there is a circle with this as a center. That means something like this. This may not look like exact circle, but assume it that it is a circle of radius 7 centimeters. Now this is 3 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter. Now he is saying this is origin, that is meeting point of x and y axis. This is origin, this point. Now he is saying this origin needs to be shifted. He is asking that what is minimum distance that the origin of x and y axis would have to be moved in order to reduce the product of inertia to its smallest absolute value. Now he's asking, what is asking, this origin needs to be moved, but what that movement should be the minimum possible, least possible distance moved, such that the product of inertia for this particular circle will become the least. It will assume or obtain the least value, but that least value in terms of absoluteness, absolute value. So in general, product of inertia is given by, of any material, any one product of inertia of any area is given by integral xy dA, and this can be positive, negative, or 0, any value. Now there is certain area and we have certain axis about which this particular area is symmetric. Then in that case, if we are going to find the product of inertia about this axis, then that value will be 0. So whichever axis it is, about that axis, if the area is symmetric, and if we are finding the product of inertia about that axis, then it definitely the product of inertia will be 0. Now the thing is here for a circle also the same condition. If it is greater than 0, less than 0, or 0, whichever it is, when he is asking for the smallest, if he was asking the smallest value, then our challenge was to find that negative which is least. But thing is, he is inserted the word absolute. That means we need to take only the mod value. That means the magnitude of the product of inertia, not the sign. Whether it is plus or minus, we don't require. Only thing we require is magnitude. And when we are going by magnitude, the least magnitude that anything can have is 0. So we have to find the minimum distance which this origin should be moved such that we have 0 product of inertia. Now when we want to have 0, that means we have to shift this origin such that either x-axis or y-axis or both become the symmetry, or come to such a position about which the circle will be symmetric. Now there are 3 options for that. To have this as 0, product of inertia as 0, origin can be moved in 3 different ways. First one, origin moved 3 cm right side, that means along the x-axis. Then what happens? When origin is moved 3 cm about x-axis, then circle will be something like this. Earlier the center was here. Now center, since origin is shifted here, that means total y-axis will be shifting 3 units right side. That means instead of 3, 4, this new center will become 0, 4. And now observe this y-axis. This y-axis becomes symmetry for this particular circle. Half this side, half this side. Now since this is symmetry, and if we find product of inertia, we will have 0 value. This is first case. Now second case to have product of inertia 0 is, this time shift origin 4 units up in upper direction, that is along y. That means new position will be something like this. Shifting origin along y-axis means shifting this total x-axis along y direction. Now the new one will be 3, 4. So this will be the center and this will be the circle. Now observe, x-axis will be axis of symmetry for this circle. Again product of inertia will be 0. So this is second case, but this time origin has to be moved 4 units from here to here. In this case origin was moved from here to here, that is 3 units. Another case is there where origin can be moved up to here, that means 5 units. So in that he is asking the minimum distance, not the maximum. So minimum among 3, 4 and 5 is 3. So answer will be 3 centimeters. Now next question. So that's all. Thank you.